Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the Citizen Cosmos Odyssey, which are our live streams with various validators and projects across the ecosystem, not just the Cosmos ecosystem, but mainly the Cosmos ecosystem. And today we have Cris and Tayo with us for the second time, because second time is lucky, because first time just didn't work technically, and Faith as well. From Zero Node, Cris, I'm gonna let you to say hello first, introduce yourself and then go one by one to Faith and Tayo. Hi, Cris, again.
Cool. Hi guys, I'm the CTO of Zero Node. We're a validator for a lot of blockchains. We most of all we support the Cosmos universe or the Cosmos ecosystem, but we also validate other chains like I don't know Solana and Near and other stuff. Um, as I've said, I'm the CTO. I'm in charge of with all the technical details, with the infrastructure, and I don't know, technical based decisions.
How do
In
you, Cris? Straight a question straight away to you. How do you? You said you have nodes in various as zero node one. I mean, as various ecosystems. One of them is the Cosmos universe, and you said you are in charge of all the technical decisions. How do
yes,
you make a decision to which universe, using the analogy you used, to support, or which one not to support, or the technical decisions is not the main one here, or is it?
the technical decision is not actually the main one because we are not constrained with hardware or things like this. We run one of our greatest points is that we run with our own infrastructure. We have two data centers, our own servers, our own bare metals. We have a virtualization platform, and we can scale depending on what the networks are asking. And most of the projects or the networks we join is because we are interested in the project, or we like the idea, we like the how it can help or how it can develop. So
Makes sense.
the
Makes
for the
sense.
technical part, the Cosmos ecosystem is not. We don't we don't have any issues onboarding networks using our own infrastructure.
What's the most difficult network you guys had to, well, you personally, that found, maybe not in terms of like how zero one node looked at it. I see Faith is already smiling. Maybe there is something that you guys are already, you have it in mind, right? You have the answer.
Ah, I don't know. Each network
Technically.
has technically each network has its own individuality, and they
Okay.
all are great in what they do, and they all are great to sustain. But from the technical point of view, I think Solana it's the greatest monster of them all.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, eating all the resources, but it's okay. We provide quality service on Solana too.
Guys, before I move on to Faith and Tayo to say hello, introduce themselves, just for anyone having a deja vu, you're absolutely correct. We did try last week with the guys to launch. Unfortunately, well, it was more on our side. I don't know, something on the internet side, something didn't work. I'm gonna, Faith, move on to you, and then finally to Tayo, of course. Faith, hi, welcome.
Hi, hi Chris, hi Tayo, hi. My name is Faith Braid. I'm actually the community manager and also the lead marketer at Zero One Node. It's been a really interesting journey here at Zero One Node, and I'm in charge of the community. I'm in charge of the social. So when you see tweets out there, I'm the one doing them. So it's been really amazing because you know how important community is to a project. So
Ah, it's okay, but it's okay. We're still here. We're still here. Just on Faith side, so we're still here. Faith will come back to us. I was
Sorry, that was my
no, no, no.
network there.
It's okay. It's okay. I can hear you, Faith. I can hear you. I
Okay,
can hear
you
you.
can hear me clearly, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
yes, we as a project we are also interested in our community, knowing how beneficial um, the community is to the project. So we love our community, ranging from the different networks we validate, just like Chris mentioned, Solana, Cosmos, Near Protocol, and the list goes on and on. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey.
Faith, before I move to Tayo, how on earth do you combine the role of a marketer and a social media manager in one? Because from experience, there is something that is like, well, it's a two big roles, and there's community
Okay.
management, there is social media management, there is like
Yeah.
marketing. How do you put it together?
I actually have an amazing team. We're more like a family. So there are actually work tools that really helps with the job, to like schedule stuffs and the rest. But I actually have like a responsive team to like from the graphics department to the content department. So we actually like have all our teammates really responsive. We don't have to like really follow up on anyone. Everyone knows what to do, and it's more like um yeah, it's actually a big role because it demands for you to like think of something innovative on how to like engage the community, on how to, what next to actually do to like get in more community members, mostly from the networks we actually validate. But so far it's quite easy because of the teammate having someone like Chris and Tayo and Vivian. So yeah, that's it for me. I think your mic is muted. I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Yeah, yeah, I did notice. Sorry, guys. Our apologies. My apologies. This is we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna battle till the end, guys. Faith,
Okay.
I was saying one more question to you before I let you go, as in before I
Okay.
move on to Tayo, not let you go completely.
Okay.
As a marketer, who's one of the tasks. I mean, you mentioned like building community from the networks that you validate. And I
Mm-hmm.
assume I'm of course making an assumption here, but as a marketer, one of your tasks is probably to onboard more delegators to the validator.
Yeah.
What is your strategy as a validator? Like what are you what target audience are you targeting? And why do you target that specific target audience for your validator?
Okay. So that's like a secret though. Then
No, let's leave the secrets outside. Let's leave the secrets the how outside. Only
okay.
like the what you can talk about. The secrets, no, no, no. Let's not talk about them.
Okay.
Only later.
Well, it's actually, the blockchain ecosystem is actually dynamic. When mixed with marketing, you really can't predict what is the banger or what will actually like hit the nail on the head. So you just have to like try different stuff. But first things first, the people you're trying to reach out to, for example, the market you're trying to reach out to, they need to understand that you really care about them. For example, in 01 we have really appealing selling points. For example, our commission fees is less, and it's not less because we want to like make it fishy, but we really want our delegators to really earn very well. We have a responsive community. We care so much about our customers, so they actually like we tend to make our services more user centric. So I think that's one major thing when when we make policies or we make changes or we are trying to like strategize, we consider the community first. Yes, the project is also important as a validator, but we also consider the delegators and the community first, providing guides to like help them. For example, one of our visions is like to onboard at least a billion user. I know it sounds humongous, but to onboard a billion user into Web3 through passive income, um, like how to like make or earn revenue passively, which staking is also a part of it. So if someone who doesn't really understand staking, who doesn't understand any of these things, with our our guides, infographics, it's quite seamless to like come into the ecosystem if you know nothing about staking, about delegating. So we make our services user friendly, and it's all about the community. So that's it. Community first. I think that's what we really do. Then the other, it's a secret.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm writing down the
Yeah.
secret sauce, but I will not let anyone know. I promise.
Okay.
Um, Tayo, let's move on to you, man. Hi, can you hear
Hi man.
us? Yay!
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, happy to be here. So day one
Would you
created
like to
and
introduce yourself again, like from last time you started? I remember, but can you please do it again and tell us a little bit about your job at Zero One Node?
got it. I'm Tayo. I typically spearhead most of our projects. I mean, our 25 projects now that we validate. In charge of most of our projects and projects we want to onboard in the future as well. I mean, I'm in charge. So basically, projects we intend on onboarding, the research part, onboarding projects, and all. And that space this day. We are zero known. People look up to us to onboard great projects. It's something where like we definitely have to like do a lot of research, meet the teams and all that. So I'm basically in charge of that. And like basically I collaborate with like Cris, the technical side, marketing side, and like basically like all departments of everyone knows and like basically make all divisions tick. So basically that's what I do. And one thing I'm
Tayo, it's nice to have you. Tayo, as a question as to you as to a researcher straight away. Um, what is the secret sauce? Like Faith already mentioned, community for onboarding delegators is the secret sauce. What about the secret sauce for finding the perfect network to onboard and to start validating? What is the strategy? Go to strategy to find the right network.
oh perfect. I mean I love that question. Well, we are more concerned about the vision of the protocol. I mean, we have thousands, if not millions of launching every day. So I mean, like bad ones and we have good ones. So identifying them definitely we have to know the vision. Why are these people actually creating? I mean, what's the are you creating protocols that in I mean increasing the experience of Web3 users or bringing real life assets to Web3 or I mean we just really need to know the I haven't checked for that. I definitely want to know. Check out the MVP. It's a startup in the Web3 space. What have you done? With behind stage. You have this. You don't definitely have to have experience. But we want to see that we want to see things, milestones they have created. So before we join, before we get on that particular protocol. So that's pretty much it. Okay, fine. This is not a scamming product. This is actually a product that has real life utility. So I mean that's pretty much what we typically look out for. Yeah.
You mentioned the words vision several times, and I cannot, agree less because I think, if the project doesn't have a vision, but from perspective of Zero One Node, or from your perspective as a researcher, or both, what vision are you looking? I mean, what you looking for in a vision? Because a vision can be different. I mean, building a nuclear bomb is also a vision, right? I mean, I know it's an extreme example, but it's also a vision, right? So when you say vision, what are you looking for in that vision? Is that, for example, Faith mentioned community, for example. Do you see that the guys are talking about having the biggest community for their project? Is that kind of the vision you're talking about, or a technical vision, or anything else maybe?
So our vision is most times, most Web3 protocols, we really want, because I mean, Web3 is meant or is started to be superior to Web2. So you, that is protocol owner, your utility, your use case, your protocol should have superior, like one of your protocol should have superior, superior advantages compared to Web2 products they're bringing in. And that's kind of like a suitable vision we look out for. And I mean, if you are creating products, for instance, or products mainly for the blockchain space, competitors in Web2 space, I mean, your product users should be able to use your product easily. I mean, because we all know how some have like very bad UX, you don't even have like a very suitable use case and all that. So I mean, your vision should be having a very, very incredible UX, onboarding more and more Web3 users. I mean, just basically making life easier for Web3 users, Web3. I mean, that should be one of your visions. And I mean, you should also have a clear path to revenue, generating profits, because there are a lot of products these days that, I mean, they don't even know what they are doing. So I mean, you really want to work with people that really know what they are doing, that have a mission. Okay, fine, they have a projection. This is want to be years, 5 years. Project like that, we are actively looking out for them. I mean, to help them go in the technical side and as well in the advisory side. So yeah, that's typically what we look out for.
I can totally understand that. In fact, I think I don't know if I'm gonna give it away for Faith, but I'm starting to collect the secret sauce thing here. I have revenue, experience, bare metal, community. I know Faith is fell off, but she will come back, and by the end of this show, I'll have the secret sauce. But now, guys, the next question, and this is, I don't know, Chris, if you want to take on it, take on it. If Tayo, you want to add or take on it mainly. We started last time, and this is what we kind of try to get a profile for a validator, the services that the validator offers. And I know we started last time to talk about it when we tried to record. It was validating over 20 networks. It was investing into or what's the right word? Maybe not investing, but I don't know. Maybe you guys want to use another word. So help me out here. But is there so there's that what you guys do as well. Do you guys do provide any other services, or those are the two things you guys are focused on?
Um, I'll start with this. Um, Mainly, our main focus is validating on networks and onboarding new networks depending on the project. As Tayo also mentioned, we are tech savvy, so we like new projects. Um, other other main things that we are doing is onboarding projects that help the community, or I don't know, let's say wormhole. Yeah, it's a bridge that allows people to swap money from place. We're a guardian in wormhole, and for that comes with other different challenges. You have to run secure RPCs to all the nodes, to all the networks that are currently bridging. You have to maintain most of all the security of everything that's happening there. So, from a security point of view, say we are a little mm, exaggerated. We do more than it's required. We have fail safes, we have high availability, we have redundancy. but it's for improving.
I
It's
think there is
always room for
also room for improvement, right? I was just going to say the same thing, but I mean, I understand totally what you mean with bridges because, of course, on board in certain networks, even like Evmos, requires slightly different infrastructure, and like wormhole you mentioned there requires, I guess, especially if you're community focused, like Faith mentioned, to create a lot more content. So I guess creating content is I mean, I guess every validator is a content creator, right? In one way or
yes.
another. It's just something that's bound to happen. It currently says on the website that you have around 500 million staked in user assets. Is that number more or less correct? The 500 million, 550 million. It says something like that. Over
Uh,
550 million.
it depends if it's a red day or a green day in the networks.
I love it. I love it. I understand. But the question wasn't about, to be honest, the amount of money. I'm gonna direct the
Yeah.
question like kind of
Yes.
like into a thing.
We have staked a lot of cash because we validate a lot of networks.
Mm, yeah,
So getting over 25 networks means a lot, and
of course.
each network has its own amount, and the amount differs from market perspective and pegging with the USD and things like this. For for example, last year I think we were over 1 billion in staked values. That was before Luna crashed, and but we see an increase. I don't think the amount is the most important one, but the number of users that are staking with us. So that number is currently is actively rising, and it's only going up.
That is actually, I think, a good metric. It's funny. I think we are still going to the point of validator metrics, right? I think we're still not there to be honest, how to measure correctly, apart from uptime and like amount TVL, I guess, and like stuff like that. They not really always give us the full picture. Faith, I don't know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can. I have a question for you about what Cris was saying and about community. If not, I'll wait until. But it's okay. Then I'll go to Tayo. Then I'm gonna go one by one. Wait. Tayo, let me. Oh, there we go. Maybe Faith. Faith, can you hear me now? Let me know. Tayo, let me know, guys. If not, okay, guys. Whenever you can,
Okay,
if
guys.
you can say some. Sorry.
Well, I'm not saying anything.
Ah, but you can hear me. Damn, yeah,
Yes, I hear you.
it's the lag. I understand. There is a lag. I understand. I have to be careful with the lag. Okay, Tayo, a question to you. Or to Faith, guys. Whoever can answer. Cris mentioned that there was a big change, of course, after the whole Luna thing happened, and I'm curious whether, as a validator, from the perspective of community or the perspective of how you interact with the outside world, that really makes such a change, falling down like in TVL so much. I mean, Cris said, oh, before Luna, it was like over 1 billion, but money isn't the main object. And I totally agree. But still, does that affect your work as a marketer, as a community out there, as a researcher? Or am I completely not guessing correctly here?
Okay, but it's, I don't know if Chris gonna get this answer, guys, but if she isn't, then I could. Oh, she isn't. Okay, so I mean, then I could maybe talk a little bit more about Crash. So uh, unfortunate that experience was the and I mean I believe it's led to, well, perhaps was like the tilting point in the BM market we have been seeing this year. It led to like a lot of users having less confidence in the overthrow space. And I mean, there were some things everyone did I really, really liked. But to terror users, and I mean, Tuna Classic, just trying our best to ensure like this can be made whole. I mean, even though it is not possible, but I mean, we offer that up. I mean, proposals. We were actively also discussing in the Terra forums and all that. And in terms of our community, we offer guidance, we constantly send to notes about various networks, how to safeguard yourself. I mean, I think it's also all the love about community users in, I mean, in the recent FTX crash. I mean, from the Lunar crash, we kept on talking about security practices, having various uh, Zero Node really learns from us as well as proactive users of Terrible. I mean, as Fritz rightly said, we are very, very user centric. So we did and made sure our community wasn't much. We put as much support as we could. So yeah, I think that answers that.
That it does. It does indeed. Thank you. I was just curious how each validator, like I think to me, works with it. Faith, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think so far, looking at 2020, as a project, Zero One Node will really like come a long way. We've achieved like a lot of success as regards like projects we've onboarded, said also validating map protocol, XPLA chain, and some other projects. So yeah, we've been also engaging the community of other networks we validate as regards quiz to like broaden their knowledge on the projects, as regards like the chain and also on Zero One Node. So we've been really focused on onboarding new projects, educating, and also like interacting with the community. And yeah, you know, I would just like I would always say, the year actually came with like a lot of good news and also a bit of bad news, but that's what actually like makes us stronger, right? Looking at 2013 or 2008 as regards like the whole crypto crash and everything, we all came out stronger. So definitely Zero One Node is one project that it's always futuristic in its approach as regards security, as regards community, as regards decentralization. So we're really giving our 100%. We're open to partnerships and collaboration that would boost a better and a more decentralized ecosystem. So yeah, that's why we're actually here to like play our own parts in the decentralized blockchain ecosystem. Yeah.
Thanks, Faith. Yeah, that totally makes sense. But we always like, I guess all my questions are very much concentrated on the now. What I would like to ask you, and I think Faith has already mentioned the huge 1 billion users. I love the spirit, and in my opinion, I think we should all be in that spirit for sure. Why not? I mean, I think if every validator onboards 1 billion users, we only need seven seven validators, and that's it. Now, I'm joking, of course, guys, but what are your plans apart from onboarding a huge number of users for the future, which is, in my opinion, honestly, is one of the best things to have as a validator to be planned? What other plans apart from that? Growing the networks? I don't know, maybe becoming provider for some other things or anything like that?
I would want to say security, because the primary assignment of a validator to like help boost decentralization. So we can see how security is really important as regards blockchain. We get to hear a lot of hacks and a lot of like shitty news happening in blockchain ecosystem. So yeah, like Chris rightly mentioned, we are one validator that actually like we have our own infrastructures. We don't rely on external infrastructures in a way. We have our own bare metal. Like we're one of the few validators who actually like run on the bare metal to like boost decentralization, just rather than just rely on some other source. So one thing we are really looking forward to is to be known as a reliable validator that is really key about decentralization, and that also reflects in our uptime. We record a 99.9% uptime on almost all the networks we actually validate. So irrespective of the fact that we are looking forward to like onboarding new persons into the Web3 ecosystem, we are also focused on the ones we already have, how best we're really harnessing and how best we're really performing. So our performance as a validator also matters. So yeah, I would want to say security. We are really conscious about security because we understand how impactful um, um, poor security or poor infrastructures can actually be detrimental to a project. So we are really keen on security. So I don't know if Chris actually like has more to like add to that since he's into like the tech part of the project. Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah. I would like to add things here. Um, as I've told in our first attempt of this interview, um, as a tech group, we are four guys that have over 15 years of experience in IT, sysadmin, network administrator, network developer, and network designers. And for myself, I'm a security engineer for 10 years now. So everything I do with security in mind. And regarding what Faith said, we are trying to have a huge uptime. 99.9% uptime. It's not that easy to get when you want security, because security needs patching needs rebooting, and also, for example, we use Harcox, which is a multi-signer, so we don't have the validating machine, the machine that actually signs the blocks are located in a very private network, which is not accessible, only by one VPN that is also very secure and not accessible from anywhere. And these machines have to talk to each other, because each machine have one part of the key, and they all have to come in consensus on so they can provide a good signing block. This is a very high security update for infrastructure, but also comes with a
It's
lot
very
of
expensive.
yes, it's very expensive. Let's say we, for a validator, we run five signer machines and five sentries. So it's not
Wow.
easy.
Wow, that's a
And
lot. That is the most I've heard so far. So I've never
it,
heard
it,
as far. It's cool.
actually it's between three and five. I'm saying five.
Three, still a lot, still a lot. Okay, 10 is would be like number one I've ever heard, but 3 to 5. Please go on. Sorry, to I was just
Yeah,
really curious. This is my topic as well, so I'm really
yeah,
like getting excited to talk about it. Sorry.
sure. So having a majority of signers, three or two in case if you have three signers, you have two of them need to have consensus to be on the same network and to sign, or three if you have five signers. So to have this voting algorithm, you have to push back, or you can't sign the blocks very fast because there has to be calculations done, voting, and things like this. And because the internet is not perfect, because our infrastructure, it said, it's in two data centers and one special room where we keep the third signer, and there has to be communications between them, and as we all know, internet doesn't really work as it should be. um, there also, you're in blocks because you don't have consensus for the keys. You don't This doesn't mean that the validator is not performing good. It's just not performing. Uh, uh, we prefer to have 99.9 uptime instead of 100, and be secure, than having 100 uptime and be insecure. This is the main idea.
I totally relate. I mean, we also validate, and we are, I mean, I think what you guys are doing, and have been doing, is going to, in the long term, sooner or later, there will be a point, a big turn. I mean, it's already been heard with Hetzner, it's already been heard with other cloud services, and everybody kind of knows that we are sleeping on a big elephant, over here, and sooner or later something will happen. Apart from that, some other small KYC projects that handle data of shitloads of post validators, which I mean, if the big companies have hacks on that data, I'm sure that those guys, I don't know how they handle their data. I'm not going to speculate here, but I'm just saying that I think what you guys are doing is a very important step, because there are more and more validators that I've been talking to lately that have are trying to go that way, and it's funny that still people try to advertise the 100% uptime as like the number one thing, because it's not. I agree, it can impossible to achieve 100% uptime if your setting is secure as you describe it. um Sorry,
Yeah,
did you want to add anything? Go on, please, Chris, please
yeah.
go on.
I also have a lot of questions from people in the community. Say, hey, I want to delegate with you, but I saw that in the last 1,000 blocks, you're only 99%. You have 99% uptime. And as I'm describing them all the process that we do to sign this, oh, so uptime is not that important. Actually, uptime, it's important up to one point. You need uptime to stay out of the slashing zone, let's say. So, um, from my point of view, a validator that time and it's very secure is better than a validator with 100% uptime with only one node that is validating Sentry and PC for other projects.
It's ironic that we're coming back to the blockchain trilemma, even though we speak about validators, right? Decentralization, security, and bandwidth, I guess, right? Or
Yeah.
I guess we're kind of coming back to that.
For example, let me describe a little our infrastructure for Cosmos, for the
Please.
Cosmos Hub. We have five sentries, two RPCs that we run internally, three signers, and one archive node. So all of this uh, we can have by putting everything in one server and using it as a sentry, validator, and RPC for all the projects. But it's not secure.
And
So
even more so, sorry, just for the listeners out there, just to kind of understand correctly as well, the signers, as far as I understand, it's like a multi-sig, so it's not just three
yes,
signers, it's the signers that have to come to consensus. on what they sign in. I guess it makes a lot of difference if you not from that space to hear that. Sorry to just to help people to understand
Thank,
how complex
thank
that
you,
is.
thank you very much.
No, sorry
Yeah.
to.
So yeah, we don't always have 100% uptime, but we tend to get security and uptime up. We want more security than uptime, but we also want uptime with better security. So I think we're doing okay, taking in consideration behind the scenes, but people not don't always care about what's behind the scenes.
Slowly but surely. Tayo,
Uh, as
go on, no,
one
go
more
on, go
thing,
on, please
as
go on, please.
as Faith said, we like onboarding new delegators, and we want people to delegate, but we won't change our way just to have 100% uptime and less security. So this is a step we won't cross, and we won't make it. And even if it hurts us, because a lot of people just look at the uptime, take which one is 100%, look at the commission, takes the lowest one, and delegate, not knowing what's behind that
I
1%.
I I,
So
I totally feel what you're saying. I have a terrible example analogy with Burger King and McDonald's, but it's true, like it is the choice of the fast food. And I know we're talking like commercial shit here and evil shit, but still, Burger King choosing to do the way they do things and not wanting to get more customers when they can, just because, well, that's the way they chose to do things. And I can totally see how this is just, and I'm not comparing you guys to Burger King, of course, but I think that it's cool that that's what businesses do, and we as a validator definitely have our own little things which are can be seen as perks but can be seen as an obstacle by other people, and okay, but we want to make sure that is there. So I can totally relate. Tayo, from a research, what's the future holds for, in your perspective, more more nodes or different types of nodes? Would like to mention about the plans and future from your perspective for 01 node.
Well, yeah, I've actually been waiting for you to let me talk as well. Space where I'm learning about security, so I think I have like a little bit of alpha for you. So yeah, we'll be working with SSV in creating a staking pool for Ethereum. I mean, we are launching that is in the works already. So I mean, it's something that we are very very proud of because I mean we all know how XIII staking is, and I mean retail users have not really had access to XIII staking mainly because of the high limits. That's the 32 ETH limit for retailers. So I mean, everyone knows this coming in, and like we are solving this problem with technology. If you don't know that, it means shared validator technologies. Having various, it's operating kind of like a multi, and brings more security to its taking. So that's kind of like for you, and that's something we are working on, and we are very very excited about as well. I also wanted to on services we offer. I mean, I think we pretty much said most of mentioned. We are also node operators on Chainlink. I mean, it's kind of one of our biggest partners, like the most reputable node operators on Chainlink. So yeah, we also work with Gains Network. We work with Connect. Uh, I mean, mentioned as well. We've it's over to like chains, and like invest in blockchain projects. I mean, if you the call, if you are listening in and like very, very nice. Feel free to send us a mail, and then we'll definitely reach out to you as well. Perhaps share we can learn more about your protocol. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my end. I'm also happy to answer more questions you might have.
Nice, thanks, guys. For sure, if anybody is listening, um, you are wanting starting a project and you think that you have a vision, like Ty already described, and that vision matches what the guys say, I'm sure that reach out to them on 01 is the numbers node.com, and from there you will find the contacts, or 01 node blockchain on any search will find them if you didn't catch the website. But of course there will be notes to the description of this. One thing I didn't ask, guys, because usually I ask it at the beginning, but I'll ask it at the end this time. We talked about the now, a little bit about the future. Um, what about the past? How did 01 node? And I will tell you why I like to ask that question. And so I'm gonna like direct your channel your answer a little bit, if I may. Of course, you're welcome not to go that way, but I'll say what's behind my question. Um, as blockchains grow, I think a lot of the validators, as blockchain, if you were to see blockchains as digital nations, who are validators, they kind of like different entities that are trying to do something in those digital nations. As let's say citizen of such a digital nation, whether it's Cosmos, Solana, or anything else, I would like to know who are those entities, what is in their mind, and why should I give my money to those entities? Because I am, in a way, even though not giving it away, but I'm kind of letting them use it, letting use in power. So, how did 01 Node start? What was the beginning? What was the reason to launch? And I mean, whatever you guys, of course, want to share, please, would love to hear that story.
Yeah, I think I'll answer that because I'm the oldest in the team. So um, yeah, Zero on Node was started by our CEO Claudio, who really really liked the idea of blockchain, and he, let's say, like, he was a visionary. He saw the potential, and he put all his efforts into making this work. So we're activating, I don't know, 6 7 years now. So Zero Node is validating for a lot a lot of time, and we were in Genesis in so many networks in the Genesis of so many networks. And mostly it's because as I always like to say, we are tech savvies, and we like technical confrontations, let's say like this. And blockchain is a very exhausting uh, example of this technical confrontation.
Was there anything? I mean, you said Claudio liked the idea of blockchain, and of course that is something that helped us. And I think me and Claudio only crossed passes like online a couple of times. I think we exchanged messages on Discord maybe several years ago, probably last time, maybe in a couple of Telegram groups. So I never had contact, unfortunately, with him. But what was the, how to say? I mean, if I like bananas, doesn't mean I'm gonna grow bananas. I guess that's what I mean, right? I mean, what was the motivation to start the validating?
Okay, let's get to the example that you said. If you like bananas, you won't grow bananas. No, but if you like bananas and you see that help people with low potassium, and you're in a country that people has low potassium, you're going to grow bananas.
I like it. I like it.
So
I like it.
Claudio liked the idea of blockchain. Uh, so how he can help the community get this idea working, and from that he started being on chain. So
Nice.
practically started in test nets because test nets are very important. Um, we actually now I think we actually validate more test nets than main nets, just to just to put it out there, because testnet help developers test uh, things they can improve or they can put up for better causes. We see a lot of projects that look very good on paper, but when deploying in real life situations like testnets, they fail. Also, we see we like to invest in projects that are very attractive as what they are trying to obtain, or the main goal. And although we mostly know that it won't succeed, we we still invest in them by giving them the chance to fail so others can learn from what they fail and get to that idea.
That makes sense, in my opinion. I think failing better is what we started the episode from, right? To,
Yeah,
to try to record it second time with the network connections. I think failing
yeah. So
better is a great
i
word.
people say failing is bad. No, failing makes you better.
Yeah, yeah.
Failing improves you.
No, no.
If you don't fail, you won't improve.
I definitely, I think that applies to anything from psychology to digital nations, I guess. So let's all
And
fail and get better after failing.
thi- this is this is true also for security, because we learn from other people fails,
No,
and doing that allows us to be more secure.
no.
If we wait for us to fail, then it's not, that is not good. So we look what's happening in the market, we look what's happening everywhere in the community, and when we saw a potential problem that a validator has, we fix it, even though we don't have it that time. But you know, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Definitely, definitely. I hope somebody would say that to Luna before they. I'm joking. Before they went down. No, I'm joking, Chris. Chris, it was a joke.
Yeah,
It's not.
I know. But Luna was a very
Of
nice
course.
project, and I think the idea of Luna is it's still a very good idea, and it should be tried, and people should invest in it. But from my point of view, most of the delegators are in just for the money, not for the tech or the ideas. They are people who try to buy one Bitcoin at $1,000 and sell it at $10,000. Not exactly what is happening there.
Yeah, but it is what it is, I guess, right? I mean, it is the reality, and hopefully this is why one of our goals is to try and to show other validators, not just for the amount of like. I know I asked those questions, but it's not just for the amount of TVL they are, but for what they stand and why they do it. Guys, to kind of wrap it up, I know it's not been perfect. I know not with the sound, not with this. I'm sorry about that, but like Chris said, fail better. It is what it is. We're here to win. Guys, if you want to add anything, Chris, Tyre, Faith, please feel free. Um, Other than that, it's been a huge, huge pleasure to try and understand you guys, how you work, what you do. And I hope to everybody there who's looking for validators and looking not just about zero node, but in general, trying to research this. Here is one amazing, in my opinion, validator who's focused. Faith said it's a secret sauce, but I have it all written down. It's bare metal, community work, research, revenue, experience, and I think, yeah, guys, of course, all with a smile. Faith, Tayo, if you guys have anything else to add, please feel free.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, it's been an amazing time here. I wish to like turn on my network, my camera, but my network won't let me. It keeps tripping off. So I enjoyed myself here, and just like I would always say, decentralization is really the beauty of blockchain, and we are pushing towards that to make the ecosystem more decentralized. We love Cosmos. We love Citizen Cosmos. We love, yeah, we love Citizen Cosmos. We love Cosmos ecosystem. We love our community, and yeah, 1 billion might actually look like a cliche. Like, how possible is that? But never say never. Um, I think some years back, some persons actually looked at the theory of Bitcoin and they were like, this won't work and this is impossible. What is digital money? But today we are all here celebrating Bitcoin. We're all here celebrating blockchain ecosystem. So I believe Web3 is here to stay. I believe blockchain will become more decentralized, and 01 is actually committed to that vision. We are committed to help um, build more solid projects with great infrastructures. We are here to help users understand blockchain more. Um, Whether you're a newbie or you're an OG, we just want to play our vital role in blockchain education, and also to help users also earn while doing all this. So yeah, it's been a wonderful time from my end. So that's it from me.
Thanks, Tayo, I don't know if you can hear us. Do you want to add anything? I know the network hasn't been either, but please do.
Right, okay. So firstly, it has been amazing. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's about 57 minutes now, but I mean, it has been a very, very great one. So I mean, I also want to talk. I mean, if you're a project founder and like you're looking to raise like a very, very fantastic project, feel free to send a mail to 01node. Also, if you need validators, if you need infrastructure providers, I mean, also send a mail. We'll definitely reach out to you. And like, we could brainstorm on your project, on your protocol, and how we can help you. And also, if you're a delegate, we've got a back as well. We have a lot of educational materials. We have a lot of blog contents. Like for a newbie, if you're an OG, we have got here. So I mean, we cater to various kind of users. I mean, project founders, basically everybody. Everybody looking exposed to the Web3 space, and even I mean, buddy. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. But I mean, my network is kind of. I mean, till next time then. Yeah.
It's still good. We can still make it out. I can definitely make it out. I know, guys. I'm sorry that this platform, by the looks of it, it's a lot of resources. But yeah, this is it is what it is. But we will definitely do a recap as well, a written recap of everything we spoke about. And for anyone who didn't manage to catch something, for all the listeners, guys, there will be also like some written material. It will come probably next week, I'm hoping, and that you can read all about what we spoke about. Other than that, Chris, Tyler, Faith, thank you very, very, very much for joining. And everybody else, thanks for tuning in too.
Thank you for having us. Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.